They are
All right. As women, we all face something once a month that is totally natural.
What's that?
However, many people still feel uncomfortable discussing. I'm talking about getting your period, okay? I'm slow, all right?
No.
In fact, a new study from Think says that 58% of women admitted to feeling ashamed during that time of the month, and 42% said that they actually have experienced period shaming from family members and male friends. So, ladies, do you think period shaming is real out in these streets?
I think it can be real, like, in the workplace if someone's like, oh, she must be on her period. Like, that's just so corny. We're grown. Like, come on. It's not like we just got it yesterday.
Yes.
Like, at some point, getting your period becomes a normal thing where you actually know how to handle it. You know when it's coming. You know that you might be a little moody. But, like, for people to point that out, it's just so corny to me.
Yeah.
Well,
You make a good point, though, about coming to a certain age where you realize it's something that's a part of life. Like, if you're a teenager and you have the cramps and the menstrual moments, of course, you're new to it, so you might, you know, have a little bit of leeway time.
Yeah.
But once you become a grown woman, you understand that it's gonna come out sometime of the month, and you're gonna deal with it. But don't blame us and act like we don't know how to live our lives and deal with what God gives us as a gift to go through.
I don't know, or still at this age, do you guys feel like that time of the month really gets you down?
Well, I think I still feel embarrassed, only because you guys remember seeing those PSA educational films in school?
Yeah,
right?
Old ones that like Massengill type commercials.
I'm one of those girls. I did those films, and
Wait,
people
hold
still
on.
recognize
Wait, what?
me from
I'm
it.
sorry, what?
Yeah, so you know when you sit in health class and you see the really old film and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so lame.
Do they still roll
they
in
look
the VHS machine?
Yes, they roll in the TV.
They don't do that anymore?
I was that chick, you guys. That was like one of my first
Well, what
films.
did you have to do? What
What did you
said?
say?
I had to do everything. I had to have like the embarrassing talk, you know, with my mom and be like, Mom, I think I started my period.
Oh my God.
The entire world knows it. I was even on Sister
Wait a minute.
Sister and somebody recognized me as, hey, that's that period girl. It was me.
No freaking way.
Okay, wait a minute. Our real
can't let it go.
fam,
Girl.
let's keep it
down.
100. Our real fam are some of the best researchers and stalkers
they
out there.
are.
Real fam, hit me up at the Jeannie Mai on Instagram. Tag me in this video. Find this
Find
video.
it.
We gotta see this video
Find
of
it.
Pam.
I think it's on YouTube.
Find it.
Well, I think I always like to go like how this originated. Okay,
Yes,
in some societies and in some religions, you know, they look at a woman being on her cycle as being unclean.
Yes.
And so they put in certain things or, you know, ways to act when a woman is on. So it's like everybody knew you on it because it's like you're not supposed to sleep or touch or hug.
Like if
Yeah.
that's wearing a scarlet letter.
Right.
Yes.
But some people and some religions are modernizing it. It also happens like what happened in school. They were actually trying to teach,
Yes.
but I think now they need to modernize it and teach that it's just a natural thing and that women shouldn't be ostracized about it. So
Absolutely.
it's really a
You
gift.
have to understand, again, it goes back to maturity. When you're that immature and you're like 12 years old in class and there's somebody talking about their period, people are gonna laugh and be silly. Why? Because they're immature.
Yeah.
Well, let me remind everybody, there's a reason for a cycle. It actually starts life.
Yes.
That's the whole
Yes.
purpose of it. Like, if you don't get it, then you know that you're about to start life most of the time.
Damn,
okay?
one got sex ed real quick up in here. Yeah.
No, because I don't want.
It's
you know, because
actually a beautiful
there are
thing.
young
It's
girls
not
out
bad.
there that are feeling ashamed, and you have to understand when you get it, that's your sign, mostly of that you're becoming a woman, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on, wait.
My mom actually said when I got my period, she
Yeah.
said, congratulations, you are becoming a woman. It was a very, very sweet
I'm more
text.
like, congratulations, I ain't pregnant.
That's too.
That'll do it too.
Come on.
I wasn't phased. When I got my period, I literally like knew exactly where to go. I knew where my mother's stash was, and I just kept it pushing.
Well, I think sometimes, too, women use it as an excuse nowadays, too, because, like, if you're in a relationship and you acting kind of funky with your dude, I'm sorry, baby. 2 days later, I was PMSing. It's like, we got to stop as women
Yes.
use it as an excuse,
Exactly.
too.
So
So,
then you can't get mad when they use it
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
If you're using it as an excuse. But again, We grown. Like, y'all don't know how to handle your PMS already in your 30s? Like,
some people
you've
don't.
been having it for over 15 years.
But
You haven't
that's
figured
why
it out?
education is important. If you don't talk about this, if you don't, provide classes, everybody mama don't talk to them. Everybody daddy don't talk to them.
Yeah,
Everybody don't have mama and a daddy or somebody.
That's
You
true.
might have like an aunt like I had that be like, look, this how you do it, okay?
Wait, Kim, why are you making that face? Do you think some people don't
Because-
have it under control?
No, I'm legit still embarrassed buying like tampons and
No
pads.
way.
I am. I send in my husband to do it.
You make Adam buy your tampons?
I do.
Isn't that more embarrassing?
He does it.
Wait,
care.
Adam, you know Adam is a good husband.
Yes.
Because you don't think that's more embarrassing for him?
Why?
I feel like
this
men
is
don't care.
You guys, this is way too much TMI.
Okay.
But I had a hard time learning how to use tampons because I wasn't sexually active while I was, using them. So it was not fun. I'll tell you that. So I used,
Wait, hold back.
What?
So she used pads.
I used pads for a very, very, very long time. I did.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay. No, but it would hurt, and then I, read about the toxic syndrome.
Okay,
that-
now I'm with you.
Yeah.
Girl, you
can
needed to
get-
use the pearl, the nice ones. That
I
was
didn't
thin.
have that back then. I had
The little baby
hard,
ones.
I had the hard cardboard one.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, that's
the
not-
one
no,
that
no.
would just
No, it's not
Or
okay.
ones that don't even have the applicator.
No, what y'all don't remember is what I remember when my aunt Irina,
Yeah.
when she told me how to do it first, we used to have the pads that you add this contraption with, remember? And you would have to hook it on.
You guys know what that is?
And the pad was like a brick. It wasn't like the pads you have today. It was like a big
Lonnie.
old brick, and you had to, and then it was.
Come on, stop it. You act like you were born before there were
No,
telephones.
I was
What are you
right.
doing?
I'm old. I'm an old bitch.
No,
okay,
you're
look.
No, you're not. Lonnie is
Ain't
not.
nothing wrong.
No, she's not.
Yo, somebody told me that that's what they send you home with after you have a baby. That they low-key send you home with like a telephone book pad.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
a pamper. That thing goes from the belly button all the way to your spine.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like
Somebody
the-
go- it's true?
It's big underwear
Like a
with a huge
chastity
pad
belt?
because
Yeah.
you continue to bleed after you have your baby.
Right.
A lot of people don't tell you that.
But see, I was right on the cusp of it, Jeannie. I was right, like, towards the
Between,
end.
like,
the cusp.
On the cusp.
inventing the telephone and having cars that can drive?
And then it was like, then they invented the pads that just stick on. Oh my God, we having
The
this on national
adhesive.
TV. Yeah, the adhesive. That's when they had. But they
And
were
Tam
still
was using
huge.
those for a really, really
Those
long
what she was
time.
using.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So can you imagine? Because the packaging today is, thank goodness
So
for
cute.
technology. It's small, it's little.
And it's
but
not
back
noisy.
then we had huge boxes. Woo!
Wait.
See, okay,
I'm happy.
if that's Lonnie's version
Yeah.
of feeling old, my version of feeling old today is remembering if whether or not you took the one you put in out.
Yo, when
Oh,
you
you
have a
talking
bad
about-
memory.
That's like a serious. You can get toxic. Is it
Yeah.
toxic syndrome?
Don't
Toxic
leave
shock
it in.
syndrome.
Shock
I'm aware,
syndrome.
but I'm not the only person sitting there just taking
You're
one out,
supposed-
unwrapping it, and going, wait a minute.
No.
Girl, that's what the string is for. Ain't it hanging there?
Yes.
Yeah, but some people forget. You know what? I remember this. My mother, my friend's mother we thought she was losing weight, all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we thought something was really wrong with her and she was getting sick. We were saying our goodbyes. She was losing weight a lot. She went to the doctor. They looked up in there and it was an old tampon.
Oh, jeez.
That had been there since, I don't know how long, maybe 20
See,
years.
that's why I didn't use
For
the
real.
tampons.
For
Yeah.
real.
Wow.
I used the pads for a very long time.
Also, be careful with those. Be very careful. That's why you should go to your doctor. Because my friend had an IUD and she forgot she had the IUD.
Lord.
And it got infused in her, and they had to go in and get it out. So that's why women have to go to the doctor. It's a reason for doctors. It's a reason for getting a checkup, so you can check down there.
And
That's
it's also
all,
important
you know?
to not get too drunk where you forget the tampons
Thank
up
you.
there and then you have intercourse and then things get real funky. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
From period shaming to best friend shaming,
Go ahead, we over with that one.
psychologist Barbara Greenberg recently wrote an article in U.S. News and World Report describing a new trend sweeping schools across the country. banning best friends. What? Yes, you guys, this is real. Many schools want to ban children from having, quote, best friends because they feel like children, like a child, if they lose that status afterwards, it could cause them emotional distress, like if you're no longer somebody's best friend. So some schools also believe that kids claiming they have best friends excludes other kids in the class and it makes them feel bad.
Right.
So ladies, do you think this is a realistic policy or is it just really dumb?
I think that's really dumb. I think there's a difference between cuddling and coddling your children. If you coddle your child,
You better preach.
okay, they're gonna become unsuccessful adults. You have to go through the bad to appreciate the good.
Yes.
That's called life.
Yes.
You have to let your children experience life.
That's right.
The whole purpose of being a parent, tell me if I'm wrong, Tam, is to prepare your children for the
life.
real
Yes,
world.
absolutely.
And if you continue to do that, I think that this is just so dumb on so many levels. Like, you can't protect your children that much to protect them from they feel bad. They actually should get used to there are gonna be times in life where someone's gonna make you feel bad.
Yeah.
I can remember,
You gotta get over it.
I remember my first breakup with my boyfriend, and I remember crying on my mom's shoulder.
Yeah.
You guys wanna know her response?
What?
She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, but this gonna happen again."
Yo, she keeps it real.
But she kept it real, and it prepared me, and it did happen
Miss
again.
Darlene don't
Miss
play.
Darlene does not play.
I guess maybe, I think, I'm more concerned with cliques in schools. Because that's what I'm more
Where it gets
concerned
dangerous.
about. Yeah, and that's where it gets dangerous. I don't mind you having friends and everything, but when you have these certain cliques and you see one child sitting over there by themselves all the time and they don't have any friends, I hope that schools look at that more so than, okay, it's a best friend situation.
Yes.
Well, from being young to growing old, a recent post on the site Girls of a Certain Age asked women how honest they are with people about their age. So some people said that they took pride in their age, and one woman even saying she rounds up so that people will think she looks good for her age.
That's smart.
Okay. Another woman admitted to simply not correcting people if they think she's younger than she actually is. So ladies, should age be a source of pride for a woman, or is it something they should hide?
Well,
I'm proud.
What did you guys say?
Pride.
Pride. Okay.
Say it loud and proud.
Yes.
You better say that.
Okay. Let's be real, though. When it comes to certain finances, the problem is there are certain industries that actually ostracize women for their age, especially in this industry,
Hollywood.
in Hollywood, in corporate America. So, you know, I'm like this. If you got to make your bread and you got to put them digits down, put those digits down because you got to do what you got to do, you know? No, there are people that don't
I know
work.
what you're saying. I know.
They can't get work.
What Lonnie's
Especially
describing
as a
is
woman,
there
too.
is kind of a shelf life in Hollywood as one of the industries.
And
many
corporate
other-
America.
And tech industries, too. I know that my dad, he's pushing like late 60s, but he's such a good engineer. He sometimes questions if he should tell people his age because people will then assume a man in his 70s is already going too old to work at his company, but he's
Or out of touch if you're doing marketing. They're like, want young, hip people that are like connected and socially savvy, social media savvy.
This is why I really love one of my, who I look up to when it comes to aging women, and it is my own Mama Mai. Because Mama Mai, truly, she really does live a life where she's went through so much heartache and stress back in Vietnam that she's learned today after pushing out 3 kids, raising them to be beautiful people who love and are in the family. She knows to just be free of burdens and free of stress. And so she, you know, even though people compliment her for being young, she just, you know, she knows that the Asian, no raisin.
Yeah.
And so she knows that we look young because we're happy, and that's it. And
I think we can
don't hide it.
I think we can help to make this not so much of an issue. If women that are like at certain positions, at you know, whether it's industry, whatever, hire women based no matter on what. Women have to help women get out of this situation. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
it's true.
So true. Yeah, like if you are a woman in power, hire a woman of an older age. I even love that CoverGirl did that.
Yeah.
CoverGirl hired the woman, she was in her 60s, to be a model. And I thought that was incredible, but it is so true that we can help each other out and go against the stigma of like, oh, if you're older, you know, you're washed up or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
That is not true. I think women aging gracefully, there's nothing sexier.
Tam.
I agree.
Woman.
No, honestly,
That grown woman sexy thing is real.
I have the opposite effect. I think for so long I've looked so young. There are still people to this day that are like, oh my gosh, I'm so shocked. I can't believe you have 2 kids. Guys, I'm almost 40.
Yeah.
I've just been blessed with very, you know, like youthful young skin.
And
Like,
I'm
my
almost
mama.
80, so I'm still working.